What exactly is SIBO? What causes it? How has it been linked to endometriosis? SIBO stands for small intestine bacteria overgrowth. So the presence of excessive bacteria in the small intestine. How is SIBO caused? There are a multitude of underlying causes for SIBO. Low stomach acid. Stomach acid protects against bacteria overgrowth, and so we need an adequate supply. One reason for low levels is long-term use of antacids. Another potential cause is infections like H pylori. The other day I spoke about being tested for H pylori. If you haven't seen the post, check it out. H pylori can also lead to low stomach acid. Then you have bile and digestive enzymes that can also contribute to SIBO. Bile is produced by the liver and digestive enzymes come from the pancreas. They flow through small tubes into the small intestine to aid digestion. They work together to break down fat in food. If you have low levels of bile or digestive enzymes, it means food isn't being broken down as it should be, and that can also lead to SIBO. So those are the stomach, liver and pancreas links. Now let's move further down to the gut and see how that plays a part. SIBO can also occur when bacteria, normally found lower down in the large intestine, somehow ends up in the small intestine. Next up, you have poor gut motility or sluggish digestion. This can be due to an underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism, or because the muscles or nerves in your GI tract aren't working properly. Here's where endometriosis may come in. Endometriosis on, around, or near the bowel and its associated nerves can affect its function, including slowing it down. If your food isn't moving through the digestive tract at a good rate, it can cause more bacteria to grow. Scar tissue and blockages can cause SIBO too. We know that if endometriosis implants itself on an organ, say the intestine, there's risk that it will penetrate the organ wall and cause obstruction or blockages. And then of course you have endometriosis adhesions, otherwise known as scar tissue, that have been known to form on intestines, connecting them to other parts of the anatomy, compromising function. So what are symptoms of SIBO? Firstly, it can affect your bowel movements, where you go back and forth between diarrhea and constipation, mainly constipation. I imagine that sounds pretty familiar to women with endometriosis. There's also bloating, gas, belching and abdominal cramps, IBS, nutritional deficiencies such as vitamins A, B12 and D due to malabsorption. Low levels of B12 can affect your nervous system and lead to weakness, fatigue and even mental confusion. Weight loss is another symptom due to malabsorption and or chronic diarrhea. SIBO can cause leaky gut too, and that can lead to food intolerances, manifesting as itching, hives or joint pain. With an inflamed digestive tract, foods high in histamine, oxalates and salicylates tend to trigger such reactions. Now, foods aren't said to be a cause of SIBO. However, some foods encourage the growth of harmful bacteria, making things worse. If you want to learn more about SIBO, how it's detected, what tests are used, how it's managed, medication, diet and so on, let me know in the comments and I'll create a follow-up video. If you've experienced SIBO, pray tell. What were your symptoms? Were you diagnosed? What treatments worked for you, if at all?